Hello and welcome to Conservation Biology Online. I'm Mrs. Hook Foes and I'll be the instructor for this course. This video is an introductory video that will show you around Blackboard. It'll show you the content for the class, the requirements and expectations. Okay. Try not to take it too long. So you'll come in on the announcements page, and each week I'll give you a new announcement, hopefully on Mondays, about the week's work. There is a calendar, but I like to give reminders weekly to make sure everyone's on the same page. So you've already found this and Getting Started if you've watched this video. You'll also see in Getting Started the instructor information as well as textbook information. You will need the textbook for this class. You can get it used online for $25, I saw it $23, but you'll need it. At least about every other week, one of the case studies we do will be out of our book. And if you don't have that book, you'll be unable to complete the case study. So make sure you get that. And then I think this video is really great on study methods. Here you'll find our course competencies. So there's several competencies we hit this semester, and we hit them, most of them, in more than one chapter. So we'll talk about biodiversity, the variety of life. We'll look at different levels of that. That'll be what we hit pretty early on. And then we'll look at threats to species, why they're endangered, anthropogenic or person-caused versus non-anthropogenic, not people-caused. We'll look at some of the history. We'll look at why biodiversity is important. We will look at case studies, where we look at specific species and their issues that they're facing. And then we'll look at habitat loss as well. And then a big part of this class is doing case studies, where you use the book or online content to find answers to these questions. You will use outside resources. I am fine with that. In fact, some of them have definitions where I don't expect you to know those words. You'll need to look them up. But if you look anything up and use it in your homework, you need to cite it properly. You need to use either APA or MLA formatting. There's rules here, the link. It's really, if you find a website, it's really helpful. I don't care that you use outside resources, you just need to cite them. If you use them and you don't cite them, that's plagiarism, even if you write it in your own words. Okay? And then here you'll find our academic calendar. So each semester will be slightly different, but you'll be able to find important dates. Important dates would be the day classes begin, the last day for 100% refund, any days off if you're in person, and then dates for 50% refund, etc. And those are going to change each semester, so make sure you're looking at the right semester for this course. Okay. So that was Getting Started. Next, you'll find our syllabus and calendar. So the syllabus should be ready to go, and you'll find that here. We'll go through some of this together. The first thing you'll find is information on the course, my information, my office hours. You can make appointments through Starfish. Just follow the information here. You need to make sure you're in Central Time Zone there. Otherwise, you're going to book it for the wrong time. I'm happy to meet with you whenever you have questions. I would love to see you in person. College content, course description. So historic and current perspectives on species extinction and global loss of biological diversity is presented. Methods used to conserve plants and animal life in the U.S. and around the world are surveyed, and conservation activities and needs are discussed in societal, cultural, economic, and political contexts. Yep, that's the class. No prereqs. There's another link for the course textbook. More information there. We've already hit the course competencies. This course does not require a proctored exam. Rather, you'll have a final project to turn in instead that uses the different content from the semester and shows that you've learned it. Withdrawal policy here. You can see the withdrawal date on the academic calendar. Withdrawals are nice because you don't fail the class. Instead, you get a W. So it doesn't hurt your GPA. But the only thing to be considerate of there is you have to pass 2/3 of your classes successfully to maintain positive financial aid status. So if you don't pass this class, which a W isn't, you need to pass at least 2/3. Okay. Okay, grievance procedures, ADA. If you have accommodations, you need to make sure that you get with Sharita Clark. I can't do anything until you go through her. She needs your paperwork. She'll go through it. So things like that would be extended test time or extended dates on assignments. Okay. Plagiarism or cheating, we've hit that already. Communication process, please email. It's the way that you'll get the response most quickly. If you don't hear back within 2 days, please email again. Okay. Grades. These grades are going to be very close to what we end up with, but they will probably change slightly. The way that we grade, first you have quizzes. Each week you'll have a short quiz over what we covered the last week. And then each chapter you'll have case study homework where you'll do a short reading on a plant, an animal, a place, and then you'll answer questions that have to go along with what we've learned that week. Next, discussion boards. We'll have a few throughout the semester. You'll do an intro, and then after kind of each big topic we hit, you'll have one. And then you'll have discussion boards for like a reflection and your final project. So there's going to be 3 projects throughout the semester. 1, an endangered species paper. It's not too bad. And all of these students are like, oh, that sounds scary. I don't want to do it. But then they actually really enjoy it. A service or applied learning project. Okay. So service learning is going out and volunteering in an area related to conservation and doing a write-up. Applied learning is doing something hands-on, like building habitat for native species or a garden, something that helps you decrease your carbon footprint, helps with conservation. And you'll get more information on that. You're going to have pretty much the whole semester to do that. So you'll want to make sure that you figure out something. I'll have some links that are there for possible options. It should be fun. I really enjoy reading those. And then our final project will be the management project, where you'll take on either an ecosystem, and you'll know what that is, or a species, and you'll help create a whole plan to manage it and how to make sure it's conserved. Late work. Everything is due in this class at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, because Blackboard runs in Eastern Time. So if you're after that, if it's a day late, it's 20% off. 2 days, 40% off, until by that Friday it's not worth anything. So if you have computer troubles, anything going on, don't worry about it, turn it in late, but you will lose partial credit. If you start early, you won't have that issue, right? And everything's due Sunday nights, so if Sundays don't work very well for you, you'll be able to work ahead. You can say, I'm going to have everything in my mind due Friday night, so that I don't have to worry about it that weekend. Okay? Great. Extra credit, there will be a couple opportunities for extra credit in this class, but it's 5 to 10% harder to earn that credit. So you always do the regular work first before the extra credit. And then an important part here, roster verification. So you have to show me that you're going to take the class. Otherwise, you're going to get dropped as a no-show. And how we do that is you take a syllabus introduction quiz. So after you've watched this video, you've read through the syllabus more in depth on your own, you can take that quiz. And as long as you finish by the date here, you're good. I'll also have that on the folder in the announcements. Great. And then you'll notice the course and weekly schedule. That is in Blackboard. So here, if you click, you'll get our calendar. And this probably won't change, but if it does, I will make notes of it there. So this says the week and what we're doing that week. And if there's homework assigned, you assume that it's due the Sunday of that week unless otherwise noted. So like the quiz this week over the introduction is due earlier in the week, whereas the homework would be due on that Sunday. Great. Weekly modules, I'll keep adding these on. Each week you'll have a module. It'll tell you what's in there and what's due. So in the first one, you've got the syllabus quiz and an introductory discussion board to introduce yourself so we can start to learn who's in the class. Then you'll have PowerPoints. So for each chapter, I've made a PowerPoint, and I've also made a lecture video. So when you're doing each week's content, you can either print this off or take notes and then watch the lecture video. They're very short. They're about 15 minutes a chapter, and they cover all the important content. Please watch them. They will save you so much time and stress. If you watch them, you take notes, you do the case study, you watch any other videos listed, you're going to do really well on the quizzes. If you don't do those things, they're going to be a lot harder. It's going to be less fun for you, less fun for me, and you're actually going to probably have to put more work in than if you had just watched the videos. Okay? Great. Okay, we're back in Blackboard. Additional materials. There's resources there if you have any questions. If you're in Bowling Green, you can see our library information, our tutor. And I put plagiarism in again because it's so important. Don't plagiarize. Please just cite your sources. And if you have any questions on how to do that, if you want to double check with me the first or two assignments, please do. I am happy to give feedback. Then you've got great tools and help. Okay, so let's reiterate what's expected each week just to hit it well. So each week you're going to have a quiz over the last week's content. Some weeks you'll have a discussion board where you have to write your post and then respond to other students. You'll have a video lecture that goes along with a chapter. And you'll have a homework assignment of a case study over the content for that week. Okay? They're not too bad. You know, online classes are more effort on your part because you're not in class hearing the lecture, but if you're watching the lecture videos, you should be great. And please, if you ever have any questions, please email, because I would be happy to work with you. If you're doing the work and you're not plagiarizing, you're citing your sources, you should be highly successful in this class. And I'm excited for you to learn more about the importance of biodiversity and the different ways that we manage it. And I hope that this class will really apply to your life because I think it does. Anyways, good luck in the class, and we'll talk to you later.